Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here, doing a live HBS watch list and a little more of a focus on this watch list because we have a huge health conference, bio drug conference coming up next week, the JP Morgan 2020 Health Conference from San Francisco. And these health conferences, this one especially, and the ASCO, which is coming up a little bit further down the month. These things are big for deals. We've made some serious money going into these conferences. A couple years ago, we were in the Kite Pharmaceuticals, we were in the Luxo, going into the ASH conference, ASCO. There's a lot of buyouts that happen on this. So going into next week should be big. Monday should be big. Tuesday should be big. There's a couple ways we want to approach this. So the first thing I want to do, we already went over some stocks, but I want to give you a list of stocks that have good potential release in news. Now it's really tough to call which ones are the golden gooses, which ones are going to be the best picks. Some people come out and the price could be already adjusted to, price in a lot of the news. Like we saw today, and we could get a nice pop like on the PHAS, and then find it selling. But to be in it, I think next Monday is going to be very important to be here at the, in the markets very early, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I hate to tell you that, but I think it's worth getting up, especially if you're holding some of these stocks. So I want to go over it with you so we have it officially down. I'll talk about my positions going into this, and we'll try to get this out early for those out there who are not having to be listening on the channel today. They might be doing something. Members, this is going to be strictly for members here. All right. First thing, I've been going, searching high and low for the last couple of days. I had a lot of members in the room trying to help me. I had Racer helping me last night. We were just searching and trying to find out, if there are any decent list. There's about 400 companies that will be presenting at this conference. So out of the 400, there's no way we're going to get 400, news items that are coming out. There's going to be just a few of these, and it's our job to find these. So the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about some tools you could use, and the real good one right now is this one. It's called Biopharma Catalyst. Biopharma Catalyst. Just put it in in this, and you'll see that you'll have this this site. It's a pretty decent site. They'll give you a free FDA calendar, and it will be talking about a lot of the stocks or a lot of the companies that will be coming up in January. This is usually a calendar that's just up to date and tells you what the next potential catalyst is. Now, knowing what the potential catalyst is that JP Morgan is a potential catalyst. So we have a lot of stocks on here that will, could end up on this list here. So let's get into this right now. All right, let's get into this right now. First one on the list is the AZRX. Now I've been picking up a lot of these little drug companies and it's getting little small positions. I do not have this one. Cystic fibrosis patients. Phase 2 initial new data be presented at. Sorry about that. Phase 2 initial data to be presented at the Biotech Showcase Conference, January 13th, 2020. Now, that Biotech Showcase Conference, I don't know if that's the same as JP Morgan. I think that might be even different. Let me just double check that. Let me do a search for that term. No, it looks like the Biotech Showcase. Oh, wait, it is the investor conference in San Francisco during the JP Morgan is devoted to providing. So Biocase Showcase. So it is at the same place. It is the JP Morgan thing. All right, just wanted to make sure. All right, so AZRX. Let's take a look at the chart for you. Let me see what the chart like. AZRX. And you can see it's already starting to move. It's already starting to move. I have a feeling that some of these stocks were going to start to move today as people jockey for position before the conference. This one popped early this morning, kind of drifted back. Recent IPO, 550. You know, again, AZRX. I want to write some of these down so I could keep track of these too. All right. Next one up here, Nectar. This one looks good. It's starting to run today. I think we have a nice what's the symbol here again? Was it NKTR? NKTR. All right, you can see a nice pop today on this. Again, coming into this conference, it already has a nice pop, but I've been doing some research on it. It is expecting some news. It's tough to chase it at this point, but for a catalyst type of stock, it does look it has potential here. Original PDLIFA date was August 29th, not met due to postponement of advisory committee meeting. So I guess the meeting was postponed. New date for AdCom is January 14th. So they're expecting maybe results here on January 4th, which is, again, next week. NKTR. All right, so looking at this, I am getting confirmation here that the FDA decision day is January 14th. As good probability of success. CEO presented on January 15th at the JP Morgan event. You're already getting a move on that. The only thing is, are these things popping beforehand? And will they, it's difficult with the options on this because sometimes they do price out, price in these moves, and then you're stuck in because the pre-market, pre-market move and you can't get out of your options and they sell off. So NKTR is not a bad one for just common shares. And I want to pick up some right here. So picking up some right now. NKTR. Here we go. Picked up, again, just picked up a small amount of shares on there to be in it. I like this one. I like it down here at this level. Even though we're giving up three, it already got a nice little pop. I'm picking up common shares. I'm not dealing with the options on this because I want to be here early in case there's a news gap up and just sell it into the gap up like the PHAS. I think the setup here is pretty decent, even though these things, this already did make a big move. I feel a little odd chasing it at this point. It's not my type of chase. But if we take a look at the big picture here, there could be some good upside here. Could be up, maybe $30. We get a pop up to 30. I would take that. Just, being in this one. All right, next one up here we have BHVN. Now I'm in this one, BHVN. This is Biohaven. The video I put out last week, we concentrated on this one. I did a lot of research on it. It has two phase 3 that are due out early 2020. Phase 3 on anxiety disorder, but the big one is this migraine, preventive migraine, and they're expected to have some good results coming out of here. And, of course, due here 2020, they're also presenting at JP Morgan. Put 2 and 2 together. There's a good shot that they're going to release their data on this. Now, it's a $50+ stock here. Bad data could cut this thing in half. Be careful on it. I am in it. BHV, I got shares at 50, right around 55, and I did pick up an option, a couple options on this too. Taking a little gamble on this, and I got the. Let me tell you what I got here. I got the January 1760 calls and the January 55 calls. Both are up today. All right, so I am holding that into earnings. Into this thing, into the conference. I like this one a lot. Let's take a look at the. Let's take a look at the chart. Oh, wrong. Sorry. BHVN. We'll find it. Biohaven here. Now look at the chart here. Nice consolidation. Not that far from the highs. Recent IPO back here, 2017. A lot of interesting things. Of course, we need good news to cap it off. But migraines. 30 million people suffer from migraines. They come out with a migraine preventive medicine. That's going to get huge coverage. It's going to get huge coverage. So I'm liking this one. In it, I'm in it. Doing it. We got VBIV here popping here. VBIV popping right now as I speak. Starting to move back up. That had news yesterday. That was also on our short list of stocks that were going to come out with news. And we got the news. And we got the pop here. All right, I put that up on the screen so you could see it. The VBIV here pushing higher. Here's the BHVN. Watch this one going into the end of the day. Going into the day, we could see positions being taken on this. You might actually have a decent trade at the end of the day on this. If it starts to rally, you could actually get in and out and not even have to worry about holding into any type of announcements or anything. But again, 2 phase 3 trials coming up here. Next one up on the screen here is going to be CYCN. Phase 1 data potentially due at JP Morgan, January 15th. Again, not familiar with this one. We're going to take a look at it right now. CYCN. Let me just take a look at the chart first. That sounds... Insider at $1.82 back here. So this is interesting. I have this written down that Insider bought 125,000 shares back here in November at $1.82. Now it's at 3 and change, and it's slowly moving up. Wow, look at that! Right when that guy came in here and bought this thing's been moving up ever since then. That's really nice. CYCN. $3 and change. I want to read into this one a second. Hold on. I like that the insider came and bought some, but I'm not seeing too much. Probably going to pass on that one because I'm having a hard time even getting to their website. The IPCIF coming up next. CR issued September 25th. NDA submitted. Advisory committee meeting scheduled for January 15th. Oxycodone hydrochloride extended release. All right, trading at 70 cents. A little cheapy. It is something to do on that IPCIF. I want to let that one be for yourself. Figure that one out. It looks like DRRX. Post-operative pain relief. A lot of pain relief here. Advisory committee scheduled for January 16th. AdCom. That's interesting. DRRX. Let's take a look at the chart. Well, it sure did have a nice run there. Probably did a deal here. Wow. Going to pass on this one, DRRX, but you can put it on your screen if you want to follow that. Fuel cell getting a little move right now, FCEL. Let's continue on here. Let's take a look at any of our more catalysts here. So we're going down this list here. Peanut allergy, AIMT, January committee, favor of support and approval. Peanut allergy, peanut allergy stock. Meeting September 13th, voted. So we're expected late 2020 on this. AIMT, peanut allergy. I'm just going to look at the chart. AIMT. Yeah, I want to not my type right now. I want to pass on this one. AIMT, FTSV. Due out ASCO 23rd to the 25th. So the ASCO here, Phase 1B data, going to be due out the 23rd to the 25th, 2020 ASCO. It's a big one. The FTSV, FTSV, Frank, Tom, Sam, Victor. I want to just dig into that one. Well, you can see what happened here. This had a big pop back here in December from 15 to 40. It's pulled back here, 47. Wow. That wasn't a recent IPO too. I mean, look at the size. That really did make a move. I don't know. Can't get behind that. Let's just take a fast look at the fuel cell, because I do like that fuel cell here. Even though it's not a biotech, it's holding up good strength here. Looks like it just wants a little bit more news to get. I think this gets to $6 down the road. I really do. Starting to move here a bit. One way of playing the healthcare conference, if there's any big deals to be made, you might see a reaction on the IBB, or even go a little bit more aggressive on that. We'll take a look at here's or the LABU. It's looking pretty good, but you can get options on any type of big deals and stuff could effectively move the biotech index, depending on what stocks are involved. And if we're going to see some action on this, this would be a good thing to watch. Even though we are trading really high up near the highs, but it does look good. I'm just going to continue on here. All right, so we did the AMIT, the FTSV, already popped. That was a good one. This is an important drug too. EPZN. Voted 11-0 in favor here. Data prior review January 23rd, 2020. Priority review date. Priority review date here. EPZM. EPZM. I wanted to take a fast look at the chart. Again, I apologize if it sounds kind of boring here. I'm just always tedious work. It's back and forth. I'm looking at all this stuff. EPZM. And not bad. It's of course it's already doubled. So the question is, has it priced in the move? And it probably has. That's a tough one right there. EPZN again. It looks like they're going to be due out here. You could actually January 23rd. Oh man, I think we're going to be. I'm not going to chase that one. I hate buying things that are already moved up on the price here. Merck, that's a big one. Expecting some data. Now we have VERU here, and I mentioned VERU trading up to $4 today. $4 today, VERU trading at 385 now. Phase 2, the hot flash drug is due. They have a team going to JP Morgan. They will be doing a presentation there. The question is, will they be announcing any data release then? This has been acting tremendous. You know, it's been perfect. You know, plus they have a good VERU 111, the prostate cancer drug. That's due mid-year for some trial releases and some data. So this one continues to look good, and expecting, you know, an announcement on, you know, next week on VERU, actually. Now, since then, I've scaled out most of my shares, and, you know, at this point, if it pops on some news, I'd probably sell the rest of it and then reestablish a position on any other type of pullback, or, you know, kind of get into a trade on this. But this still looks pretty good going forward. I want to have a little on the table still, but most of the profits have been taken on this. Now, I mentioned this one, ACST. ACST, we mentioned this one on an earlier video. I believe this is the one with the krill oil. And we're waiting on results on this. You can see it's not a it has these pops, and then they sell off, pop, sell off, pop, sell off, pop, sell off, pop, sell off. And there was a delay in the results on this. There wasn't anything serious. It was just a delay in getting the results to their independent reviewer. So as you can see here, it says Capri, a Trilogy 1 and 2. And again, this is a krill oil, shrimp oil. Phase 3 top line data due out January 2020 from both trials. So this is doing. I'm not 100% sure if they're presenting. Anybody have a fast read on this? If they're presenting ACST. ACST, I'm going to check real fast. Still not convinced. Don't like the way it acts. I'm going to pass on it for now. ACST. We'll continue on. AGTC, gene therapy phase 1/2 interim dose escalation data due January 2020. Some other ones right here. Just scrolling down. We're getting to the end here. The ASCO is going to be coming up here, and as you can see, we're going to be concentrating. We'll make a whole new list for the ASCO conference, which will be in February. So we have the phase, and again, this is probably the right time to start looking at the ASCO conference before the run-up on some of these stocks. Phase 1 data due presented, then Phase 1B data due, Phase 1B/2 data due, ASCO. So you can see this is some things showing up, but we'll probably make another video for that. Just really concerned about next week. And, you know, just going through some of these, and there might be a couple other ones that I'm going to have to try to keep you up to date on. But right now, the AZRX, cystic fibrosis, that looks promising. AZRX. Make sure I didn't. I had an order in here. It just triggered. So I just picked up some warrants in this TBLT. Deep Throat keeps on telling me I need to be in that instead of the stock. So I ended up buying 5,000 here. So let me get this out here. This is a warrants. It's not my. I actually like the BNGO warrants better. I have 10,000 of those, but I just got hit on this. I didn't notice it, but here it is. Trade alert in the box. So going into next week, we got the Nectar. I think that's positive. NKTR. Got that. And then, of course, the BHVN. Those two, BHVN, NKTR. The VERU looks really good. Now, some other ones here, we're going to add that to the HPS watch list. Want to pay attention to some new ones here. Now, we had some great trades this week on some HPS stuff, like the Costco. Beautiful pop on the Costco. We took profits on that yesterday. But just to kind of talk about the setups we look for. Look at that. This was a nice retrace. Anytime we have a trend line breakout and a little pullback, I like that pullback reversal candle. We got the pop, we got the follow through. We sold into that follow through. It was just textbook. That worked out. The waste management, the same type of setup here now. Now here, the trend line. All right, in this case, we pulled back, we popped through it, but this pullback right here was our buy signal, and from that point on, we just took ours off yesterday on that candle, little spinning top up there. So we took our profits on that. Any type of pullback, I'd be interested. I have a feeling this one's going to continue on. Maximilian brought one to the table yesterday. I liked it a lot. Kind of falls into that same category. Downward trend line, pop, retracement to the trend line, get in. It's a little consolidation today. It's not really moving today, but it falls into that HPS zone. So I'm actually going to put this on the HPS watch list on the chart here, ECL. I'll get that out there. I could tell you right now, already have a position in it, but the alert will go out as an alert for a breakout of the highs, which will be 190.60. We'll call it 190.70. 190.70. Got the options on that. You refer back to the trade alert box for that.
Order submitted.
What else we have? MDT is still fantastic, and a lot of these stocks are still just looking really good. Nectar looks really good. The ACHV added to that. That's a penny stock, a higher risk stock. He keeps on saying that the deal has been done. You have to get through $60. Once you get $60 behind us, 60 cents behind us on this, we should start to see this moving. Now, we are seeing a fast rotation up, which is kind of, even though this is a penny stock, we are seeing that bearish move here. It's a very fast rotation. Not really moving here. Speaking about this, let me see what we got here. Hold on. All right, for the distraction there. Yeah, you're added to beyond short there. So BHVN is number one. Been bought that one. I have I have some 50 shares of NKTR to be in it. Picking up 15,000 warrants on the TBLT. I should be picking up 30,000 at 4 cents and 4 and change. Added to the ACHV, and I'm banging the table on the BHVN. BHVN is the go-to one. All right. But the TBLT is a tough one because the spread, there's not a lot of volume. You could be stuck in that. I don't. Again, I'm taking my own risk on this. but I don't think it's I think it's more of a gamble than anything on the TBLT warrants. But as you know, these gambles sometimes work out. LIXT, 18 cents. Now trading at 75 cents. The BHVN here. Migraine, 30 million migraine sufferers. And what's the next drug for kidney stones? Alright, sorry. I got filled on all that now. Sorry for the late on that. A little late. Added to the position on this. Trailer in the box. Hey, thanks, Senior Chief Ken. Thank you. I was testing it out. I was hoping everyone could see it because the charts are going to be smaller, but I wanted to try to get as many out as I can so I go into the full testing phase on that, on the Rockbot. It looks to be okay. So we'll run with this a couple of days. I'll be continue to work on it. It's almost completed. When you do have it on your own machines, you have to remember the more charts you put, the more information. It kind of is a CPU hog, so it could get stuck. So I recommend running, different scripts on different charts, and possible just one script at a time. I'm really pushing this by running all these different scripts, and sometimes they get crossed over. But it seems to be working out okay here. Again, watch this VHVN here. I think we're going to get a run at the end of the day. We'll see if we get up to that 58 level. I'd like to get a pop to 70 on some good news. TBLT warrants here, 9. What is that, 8 cents now? Holy crap. Yeah. All right, hold on a second. ACHV also starting to run here. ACHV starting to run. I'll restart that video up. I gotta get this video out to the members that might not be around their computers because we got some things that are going to be moving next week. VERU does look good. VERU, VERU looking great. Oh yeah. All right. Fuel cell here, a little choppiness, and the ZS here looking good. Yeah, I do. I do anticipate some news coming out here on VERU during this JP Morgan conference. because they're due for their update on their hot flash phase 2 trial. And if it's not at this point, they're going to do an update saying it's right around the corner. Now, I don't have as much position as I did. So, I mean, I would actually probably take some off into any news. I'm just called a day on this. I mean, well, let me get this video out, and I'll probably do a follow-up video on anything else that shows up at the end of the day here. But let me get this out to the members right now.